In example 5, we want to divide two monomials, which again, we're going to recognize hopefully as a problem type that we've already considered before. We're just adding in a little bit of extra information to the problem. So in part A, we have negative 6x to the 6th divided by 6 over x to the negative 3rd. This is really the same thing as just simplifying those exponents. The only difference is that we have a negative on top and a coefficient of 6 in the denominator. But otherwise, all we're really doing is looking at combining those exponents. So this is going to be the same thing as negative x to the 6 minus negative 3, using that quotient property for exponents, all of that over 6. And we'll pause here for a minute just to really stress the idea that that coefficient in the denominator stays in the denominator, even though we took that variable from the denominator and merged it with the one in the numerator. So nothing happens to that 6 in the denominator. But then this is the same thing as negative x to the 6 plus 3 all over 6, or negative x to the 9th over 6. In part B, we have a similar problem. We have a negative in the numerator, a 2 as a coefficient in the denominator, but all we're really doing is combining those exponents using that quotient rule, quotient property. So this will be negative x to the negative 1 minus negative 1 all over 2, which is the same thing as negative x to the negative 1 plus 1 all over 2. So we get negative x to the 0 over 2. Anything to the 0 power is just 1. So this will become negative 1 over 2, or negative 1/2. In part C, now we have a coefficient besides just a negative 1 in the numerator and the denominator. But really nothing happens to those. We're just merging those exponents together. So we'll get 7 times x to the 4 minus 6 over 3, which is the same thing as 7x to the negative 2 over 3. And since we're told again in our directions to only use positive exponents, we need to turn that negative 2 into a positive 2 by moving that expression down into the denominator. So this will become 7 over 3x squared. And again, notice that the 7 in the numerator and the 7 in the denominator never move, the 3 in the denominator never move places. Even though in that first step, we merged the variable expressions in the numerator, and in that last step, we sent it down to the denominator, those coefficients never move position. It's only the variables as we're combining those exponents or eliminating that negative exponent that moves around in that fraction.